Hello everybody, I'm Albert Villa and I'm from a company called Mind Prosperity. We focus on mental wealth, and in this series we are talking about emotional intelligence in the workplace. Research tells us that if your emotional intelligence increases with 5 points, your life betters with 72%. We have collaborated with Safe Training to create an amazing course to help you apply the following principles in your professional life. These principles include self-awareness, self-control, empathy, integrity, internal locus of control, flow and authenticity. To register for the course, simply visit safetraining.co.za and navigate to the courses page. Here you will find the list of courses. Select emotional intelligence in the workplace and go through the registration process. You can use my code AVILLA15 to check out for 15% discount. From Mind Prosperity, thank you so much for watching. We believe we will see you soon. Goodbye. Thank you so much everybody for being back and for watching another video. My name is Albert Villa. We're a company called Mind Prosperity and we focused on mental wealth. What is mental wealth? It is basically getting your mind and your imagination, your emotion, your whole being basically to that place where you can thrive in life, where you can thrive in the workplace, where you can thrive in your family. And that is what we want for you. We believe this content is going to help you a lot. So today we're speaking about the journey to mental peace, something that's so important and something that's so longed for in this world right now. Is getting to that place of mental peace. Before I start, please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment, and please share this video to as many people as you can, because we do believe and we are convinced that it will help them. Also, I'm doing sessions on emotional intelligence in the workplace where I go to businesses, I speak to them and I teach them and train them out of this booklet that I wrote on emotional intelligence in the workplace. And we are focusing on things such as self-awareness, self-control, empathy, integrity, locus of control, flow, and authenticity, which we believe are key elements that will help you in the business. I also do individual sessions on mental wealth and emotional intelligence. So if you want to contact me for any of these, my email address will be on the screen, and I do these sessions live or on platforms such as Zoom, so we can do it anywhere in the world. So please contact me if you guys are interested in this. So the journey to mental peace, why do I call it the journey to mental peace and not just mental peace? Because mental peace is a journey. It's not an instant thing. It's not a thing that you just decide once or twice and it happens, but it's something that you have to decide and work on for the rest of your life. Because mental peace is not just something you can achieve, but it's something that you have to keep, something that you have to grow, and this is why it's a journey. So self-regulation is an aspect that is very important in your journey to mental peace. This helps you because you learn to take control and you are not just a spectator, but you are someone that's involved. So mental peace is not just something that's going to happen. It takes self-reflection. It takes you to get to that place where you sit down, where you become quiet, and we're going to speak about quietness and stillness and why that's important for mental peace, where you can self-regulate. What is self-regulation? Self-regulation is how you manage your emotions by using your inner resources and inner capacities. Self-control plays a big role in self-regulation. What are we doing through these sessions in emotional intelligence or mental wealth, or all these keys that we give you? We are basically giving you tools. Now, we cannot help you, we cannot change you, we cannot cause you to thrive, but we can give you the tools to do it. You have to go sit down, you have to go self-reflect, you have to go to use self-regulation to get to this place. And like I said, it's a daily journey, it's a daily act that you have to do. Duckworth spoke about self-control, and like I said, self-control is a big part of self-regulation. He said the common thread of conceptualization on self-control is the idea of effortful regulation of the self by the self. Self-controlled individuals do not give in to their impulses, but they can regulate their emotions, behavior, and intentional impulses to activate long-term goals. And I love that thing about long-term goals, because it just tells us again, it's a journey. And like he said, self-control is the regulation of the self by the self. Now, I want to say this, controlling your addiction is not self-control, that's addiction control. Controlling your habit is not self-control, that's habit control. Self-control is when the self is regulated by the self. So I'm not trying to control something external, I'm trying to control something internal. I'm controlling something within me. So self-regulation goes to that place of not just, I want to do a bunch of things on the outside that's making me happy, but I want to go look within and say, but listen, why am I not peaceful? Why am I not happy? Is it external circumstances or is it something within me? Internal locus of control or external locus of control? And we here at Mind Prosperity believe very strongly in internal locus of control, where circumstances on the outside is maybe not what you want them, but internal locus of control, where you focus and work on the inside. You can have peace even in situations that are not that peaceful, and you can have peace at a place where you can actually change the external environment. So what are things that causes us to not feel mental peace, if I can say that? But obviously it's things like anxiety, stress, irritability, when things don't happen the way we want it to happen. Where does this come from? It comes from recurrent stress, meaning every single day I'm just naturally stressed about something. Or it can come from stress from bad news, meaning I got bad news, I didn't expect it. And I spoke about this in one of my videos. This is why adaptability is so important, because sometimes you will hear news that you weren't prepared for, that you weren't ready for, and it's not necessarily nice. But this is where these areas of anxiety, irritability comes from. It's either a recurrent stress that happens every day, something that you are worried about every day, or somewhere just out of the blue, out of nowhere, you get bad news. But like I said, mental peace is not just a state where things on the outside has to keep me peaceful, but I have an inner ability to stay at peace. This is why self-regulation is so important. Ulrich Wagner and Stephen Lohan said, you are influenced by your life choices because your choices influence your mindset. No matter how emotionally bad you feel or how full of chaos your mind feels in that moment, you are not influenced by your biology. You have control at any given time to renew your mindset. And I spoke about this as well in one of my previous videos, where I said, just like you set your alarm clock to a certain time, just like you set your GPS to a certain place, you can set your mind to something. And you have to get to that place where you say, listen, but I have the ability to use my mind in such a way that I can have inner peace, mental peace, and I can use my inner peace and I can use my mental peace to bring change on the outside. But what happens around me is not going to determine what happens within me. Lorraine Candle said, we have to revisit vital information for it to grow and to become a habit. We have to learn things and repeat new things, because we want joy and health and peace and mental peace and all of these things in our life. We want it to become a habit. We want that to be our natural state. Yes, sometimes things will happen on the outside that will cause us to stress, that will cause us to worry. But at the end of the day, we want to have a habit of joy and peace. We don't want joy and peace to be something that happens to us once in a while when something good happens. But we want that to be our natural state. If you want to know more about this, please go watch my video on habits, forming new habits, breaking old habits. We will put the link in. So something important to believe is I am in charge of managing my mind and my emotions. Somebody else or something else is not in charge of managing my mind and emotions. I am capable to deal with and heal my toxic thoughts that leads to toxic emotions. Barriers and challenges are opportunities to grow. So it's toxic thoughts that leads to toxic emotions. It's not the external, it's not the barriers and the life challenges you face that leads to this toxic thinking and toxic emotions. It's your toxic thoughts. It's what you decide. It's what's going on within you. This is why self-regulation is so important. So how do we deal with self-regulation? Gia Staff spoke about the importance of your brainwave functions in meditation. What is meditation? Meditation is just quieting down, thinking deeply about something and to become familiar with something. That's basically what it is. So let's look at the different brainwaves that you have and how important it is to get your brainwaves quiet. Remember in the beginning of the session I said, the best time to do self-reflection, self-regulation, to sit down and work within you is at a calm and a quiet place. So beta brainwaves. Beta is a waking thinking state. In beta, an individual thinks and listens and can solve analytical problems, make decisions, and intake and process information. So beta brainwaves is basically your waking state. In beta brainwaves, we get 3 levels of beta brainwaves. You get low range beta. In this state, you do not perceive threats from the outside world and you are in a relaxed state while you are still awake and you're in your body of space and time. So you are awake, you are busy with your activities, but you're not stressed or worried about anything really. Then you get medium range beta. This is a slightly more aroused state, or we can refer to it as good stress, not out of balance stress. Now, what's the difference between good stress and out of balance stress? Good stress actually gets you into good action. Good stress is the thing that causes you to run from a bear when you see it, or to stay away from a bear when you see it. If you don't have that stress, you're going to approach the bear and it's going to kill you. Good stress is the thing that says, listen, don't go into a forest where there's a bunch of snakes because they might hurt you. Good stress is the thing that gets you up in the morning and gets you to work and helps you to do your work well. So that's a very good state to be in. Then you get high range beta, and this is where your emotions are raging. It's jacked up on the hormones of stress, and you display these brainwaves while you're in survival mode, including anger, agitation, suffering, and anxiety, or even depression. So this is a state where you are very worried, very anxious, and very high in your brainwaves. Alpha brainwaves. Alpha is a slower state, more indicative of relaxing. So to go from beta to alpha is a place where you are more relaxed. In alpha state, an individual is fully aware of his or her surroundings, but in a much more relaxed state of mind than in beta. Meditation is very much practiced in an alpha state. So in alpha state, you are awake, not always, you can even sleep in alpha state, but it's a more relaxed state of your brainwaves. As beta brainwaves indicates that you place more of your attention on the outer world alpha brainwaves indicate that you placed more of your attention on the inner world. Why is this important and why am I saying this? It is better to meditate, to think, to do self-regulation in a relaxed state, or we can say in an alpha state. Theta brainwaves. Theta is an even slower state, perfect for daydreaming and intuitive thinking. It's a state between wakefulness and sleep. So in this state, you're very, very relaxed. It's almost like you're on your bed. You cannot really, it feels like you don't want to stand up. You don't want anybody to bother you, but you can kind of still be awake, but you can sleep in this state as well. This state can be activated during self-regulation. It includes creativity, insight, and even light sleep. So this is even a slower brainwave that you can go into. And then delta brainwaves. And this is actually a very, very relaxed state, and you can go into deep sleep in this state. Delta is the slowest of the four states where sleep occurs. At the slowest delta levels, sleep is very deep and even dreamless. So what is my goal in telling you about these brainwaves? My only goal basically is to tell you that they are there, and the best time to do self-regulation is when you are in a lower frequency of brainwaves. You know, if we don't learn to calm ourselves down, to relax, to get out of the beta brainwaves, try to move to alpha, to theta, to delta, where you can actually have good sleep, it's going to be difficult to self-regulate in that high range brainwaves the whole time. Jose Silva said, when you are wide awake, doing and achieving in a workday world, you are in beta or outer consciousness. When you are daydreaming or just going to sleep but not quite there yet, or just awakening but not yet awake, you are in alpha. When you are asleep, you are in alpha, theta, or delta, not just delta alone, as many believe. So you can fall asleep in all of those three states. With mind control training, you can enter the alpha level at will and still remain fully alert. My encouragement, if you want to get to this journey of mental peace, take time in a day, whether it's in the morning, whether it's in the evening. I know some people say morning works better, and there's a lot of studies that say in the morning, take some time out and do this reflection. But whenever you can, just don't fall asleep again now in the morning and miss your work. But the point I'm trying to make is try to relax when you do self-regulation. Try to get at least into that alpha state where you can think and reflect. One of the hardest things to do for people is to move from beta to alpha and eventually to theta, where mindfulness and meditation occurs. Because in order to do so, they have to take their focus from the outer world and all its distractions and stresses to the inner world. And this is why many people struggle to find this peak peace, because they struggle very much to get their focus out of the outer world in the here and now. But this is my encouragement. Maybe try this for 10 to 30 minutes a day, where you just try to calm down, do some self-regulation, do some inner thinking. And I do believe this is going to help you in a journey of mental peace. It's going to change your mind, and when you change your mind, you can change your life. Thank you so much for watching. From all of us at Mind Prosperity, we love you. We'll see you soon again. Goodbye.